Hi guys, good day, it's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class is we're going to describe a linear equation into variables. So without further ado, let's do this topic. So later in class, we'll be answering our activity. Our first activity is we're going to identify whether each equation is in general form, standard form, or slope-intercept form. And then we will have 10 examples class for you to really understand this one class. And then for the parts of our activity is we're going to complete the table below. And then for example, in this row, we have given slope-intercept form. And then we have given value of b, -7. And then we're told to find the general form, standard form, and then the value of m. In this row, we have given general form, standard form. And then we're told to find the slope-intercept form, the value of m, and then the value of b. And then on the last row, we have given value of m, and then given value of b, and then we're going to find the slope-intercept form, standard form, and then general form. So we will be explaining this one class is step by step. So before we answer this one class is we need to understand more with regards to linear equation into variables. Now, linear equation into variables is an equation that can be written in the form. So we have three forms. First form, we have general form. And the equation, that would be ax plus by plus c equals 0. The second form, we have the standard form. And the equation, we have ax plus by equals c. And then the third form, we have slope-intercept form. And the equation, that would be y equals mx plus b. Where a, b, and c are real numbers. And a should not be equal to 0. B should not be equal to 0. So let me just explain this one class is step by step. Let's start class with the general form. Let me just write GF class. General form. Now general form, the equation, that would be ax plus by plus c equals 0. Now c right here class is what we call the constant. Once again class, c is what we call the constant, the number alone. Now a and b, once again a and b, this is what we call numerical coefficients. So numerical coefficients. Let's have example for that later on class. Numerical coefficients, and then x and y, those are the variables. Let's have an example for this one class. So once again class, a and b, those are the numerical coefficients in this given equation for general form. Let's have an example class. If I will say 3x plus 5y plus 10 equals 0. Question class, what is the constant? That's correct, the constant is 10. Once again class, the constant is 10. This is the constant. So the constant, I will just write c, that would be 10. Next question class, what is the numerical coefficient? I will just write NC class, we don't have enough space. What is the numerical coefficients? That's correct, the numerical coefficients, those are the numbers beside the variable. Okay, once again, guys, those are the numbers beside the variable. So the numerical coefficient, that would be 3 and positive 5. Positive 3 and positive 5. Once again, class, you can never call 10 as numerical coefficient. The number alone without the variable. Okay, once again, guys, the number alone, we can call that one constant. This one right here, class, 3 and then 5, those are numerical coefficients. So these are numerical coefficients, 3 and then 5. Now, where are the variables, class? That's correct. The variables, that would be x and y. So x and y, those are the variables, the letter class. So therefore, class, we call this one linear equation into variables because we have x and y. Okay, we have x and y, therefore we call this one linear equation into variables. Now the question there, class, why do we call this one linear equation? Now, we call this one class linear equation if the highest degree of the exponent is 1. Once again, class, if the highest degree of the exponent is 1, we can call that one linear equation. Okay, once again, I hope it's clear for you, class. We can call this one linear equation because the highest degree or the highest exponent of the variable is 1. For x, class, understood that there's 1 here. The highest degree of the variable, that's 1. And then for y, the highest exponent, there would be only 1. Now, if the highest exponent is 1, we can call that one linear equation. Now, since we do have two variables, that's why, class, we call this one linear equation in two variables. Now, what if I say, class, 3x plus 5 equals 10? Question class, can we call this one linear equation? Yup, that's correct. We can call this one linear equation. Now question, can we call this one linear equation in two variables? Nope, you can never call that one class linear equation in two variables. There's only one variable. So therefore, we can call this one linear equation in one variable. Our variable, that's only x. Okay, we can call this one linear equation in one variable. We call this one linear equation because the highest degree or the highest exponent of the variable, that's only 1. Understood that there's 1 here. So if you have a letter, if you didn't see an exponent, understood that the exponent here is 1. So the exponent here is 1, and then we only have one variable, therefore we call this one linear equation in one variable. But this time, we call this one linear equation in two variables. Okay, I hope it's clear for you, class, with regards to linear equation in two variables. Now, questions are, when can we know that this is general form? Now, you will know that one, class, if that would be equal to 0, the last number is 0. Equal, and then the last number is 0. Let's have another example, class. Let's have another example, class, for you to really understand this one, class. If I will say negative 3x plus 6y minus 15 is equal to 0. Okay, or let me just write minus 17. Let's have minus 17. Alright, question, class. Negative 3x plus 6y minus 17 equals 0. What is the constant? That's correct. The constant is, what number, class? That's correct. That would be negative 17. The number alone is what we call the constant. So this is the constant, negative 17. Next question, class. What is the numerical coefficient? That's correct. The numerical coefficient, those are the numbers together with the variable. So we have negative 3 and then positive 6. Once again, class, the number together with the variable is what we call the numerical coefficient. So negative 3 and positive 6. These are the numerical coefficients. What are the variables? That's correct. That would be x and y. Question, can we call this one in general form? What form, class? That's correct. That would be general form. Question, why is that, sir? Because that would be equal to, last number is 0. Equal to 0. Easy as that, class. I hope it's clear for you, class, with regards to general form. So let's proceed now to standard form. Now, let's talk about standard form. Now, what is the equation of the standard form? So I will just write SF, class, standard form. So standard form, the equation, that would be EX plus BY equals C. So the constant, class, is on the last part. Okay, equal then the constant. Let's have an example, class. If I will say 3x minus 5y equals 10. So what would be the numerical coefficient? That's correct. The numerical coefficient, that would be 3 and negative 5. Okay, the numbers together with the variable is what we call numerical coefficient. So 3 and negative 5. Now what would be the variable? That's correct. The variable, that would be x and y. So the variables, we have x and then y. Now, what would be the constant? That's correct. The number alone without the variable is what we call the constant. The constant, class, is positive 10. Alright, and this is what we call, class, the standard form. In the standard form, class, the constant is on the last part. That would be equal to the constant. The constant, class, is on the last part. So let's have another example, class. If I will say, alright, if I will say negative 5y minus 7x equals negative 20. What form, class? Is it general form, standard form, or slope-intercept form? That's correct. That would be on standard form. We can just simply arrange this one, class. So we can arrange this one, negative 7x minus 5y equals negative 20. Alright, so we can arrange, and this is now what we call standard form. Alright, so our numerical coefficient, the number together with the variables, so NC. So we have negative 7 and negative 5. Alright, so the constant, we have negative 20, the number alone. And then the variable, that would be x and y. That's it, class. Easy as that, class, with regards to standard form. Once again, class, I hope it's clear for you, class, with regards to the standard form. The constant, class, is on the last part. That's the thing here, class, with regards to standard form. Alright, so let's talk about slope-intercept form. I hope it's clear for you, class, with regards to general form and then standard form. So let's proceed now to slope-intercept form. Now, let's talk about slope-intercept form. Now, what is the equation of slope-intercept form? So, the equation, we have y equals mx plus b. Now, m right here, class, is what we call the slope of the line, and then b is the y-intercept. So, once again, class, m is the slope of the line. So, slope of the line. And then b is what we call the y-intercept. Okay, once again, class, m is the slope of the line, and then b is the y-intercept. The point where the line crosses the y-axis, we call that one y-intercept. Once again, class, m is the slope of the line, and then b is the y-intercept. So we will have another video for this one, class, in finding the slope of the line given the following graphs. So we will have another video for that one, class. I will just put the link on the description down below. So let's have an example, class, with regards to slope-intercept form. So if I will say y equals 3x plus 5. Alright, so 3x plus 5. Can we call this one linear equation, class? Yep, we can call this one linear equation, right? The highest exponent of the variable is 1. Is it 2 variables or 1 variable? That's correct. It should be 2 variables. We have x and then y. Okay, so we have x and then y. Now, question, class, what is the slope? That's correct. The slope, m, is beside x. Once again, class, m is beside x. Therefore, the slope is 3. Check this one out, class. M is the slope of the line. So, m is beside x. Therefore, the value of the slope is beside x. That would be 3. So, the slope is 3. And then the y-intercept, the last number, okay, b is the y-intercept. Therefore, the y-intercept, or the value of b, that would be positive 5. That's it, class. Easy as that, class. Let's have another example, class. If I will say y equals negative 3x minus 7. Question, class, what is the slope? That's correct. The slope beside x, that would be negative 3. Question, class, what is the value of b, or the y-intercept? That's correct. The y-intercept, that would be negative 7. That's it, class. Easy as that, class. Okay, so I hope it's clear for you, class, with regards to general form, standard form, and then slope-intercept form. So let's proceed now answering our activity. Alright, so let's proceed now to our first activity. So letter A, identify whether each equation is in general form, standard form, or slope-intercept form. Write GF for general form, SF for standard form, and then SIF for slope-intercept form. Alright, so number 1, what's the answer, class? That's correct. That would be general form. So this is GF because the last number, that would be equal to 0. So we have x, we have y, we have the constant, then equal to 0. Automatic, that would be general form. Very easy, right, for number 1? Alright, for number 2, so we have y equals 4x minus 7. What form, class? That's correct. That would be slope-intercept form. So this is SIF. Once again, class, slope-intercept form. Just remember, class, y equals mx plus b. So therefore, the value of m in this given, so we have 4 for the m value. So once again, class, the value of m, that would be 4, and then the value of b, that would be negative 7. So we call this one slope-intercept form. Alright, and then for number 3, what's the answer, class? Is this general form, standard form? Yup, that's correct. That would be standard form. So this is standard form. The last number is constant. That would be equal to the last number. That would be constant. So once again, for standard form, the equation, we have ax plus by equals c. The last number is the constant. So the constant, that would be positive 11. Alright, number 4, class. What's the answer, class? That's correct. That would be GF. Very good. That's correct. That would be GF. Equal to 0 on the last part. Automatic. That would be general form. Alright, for number 5, so we have y equals 1/2 x plus 5. What's the answer, class? That's correct. That would be SIF. Slope-intercept form. Okay, so this will be y equals mx plus b. So the y-intercept, that would be 5. The value of b, that would be 5. And then the slope, that would be 1/2. Alright, for number 6, what's the answer, class? X minus 4y equals 12. That's correct. That would be SF. Why is that, sir? Because the last number is constant. Equal to the constant. So, equals C. So, this is the constant. So, that would be SF. Alright, and then for number 7, what's the answer, class? Negative 3y equals 12x minus 6. What's the answer, class, for number 7? That's correct. That would be SIF. It should be slope-intercept form. Why is that, sir? Because we can divide the equation by 3. So we can divide this one by negative 3. So once again, because we can divide both equations by negative 3. So dividing this one, negative divided by negative is positive. We can just simply cancel this out. And the equation, it will become y equals, so 12x divided by negative 3, that would be negative 4x. Positive divided by negative is negative. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Copy x. And then negative 6 divided by negative 3, the answer is positive 2. So this will be our new equation. So y equals negative 4x plus 2. Once again, class, this is just the same, class. We just simplified this equation. We divide both right and left by negative 3. So once again, class, this is just the same, class. We just simplify this equation. So y equals negative 4x plus 2. So that would be SIF, slope-intercept form. Now, how about you try this one, class? Number 8, number 9, and then number 10. And then you put your answer, class, on the comment section down below. Let me check, class, if you really understand our topic. Alright, so let's proceed now to our second activity. Alright, so our second activity. So let's answer this one. Alright, so second activity. So let's start with this one. The value of m in this given slope-intercept form, that would be negative 2. Once again, the slope-intercept form, the equation, we have y equals mx plus b. The value of m beside x, once again, that's the value of m that would be beside x. So beside x, that would be negative 2. So this is negative 2. Alright, and then for the standard form, okay, so for the standard form, once again, the equation of the standard form, so that would be ax plus by equals c. And our given slope-intercept form, we have y equals negative 2x minus 7. So as we can see, class, negative 7 is already on the right side. Once again, class, negative 7 is already on the right side. I hope you're not confused, class, with regards to this one. The equal sign, class, equal sign, this is left, this is right. Once again, class, equal sign is the center, this is left, this is right. Okay, so for negative 7, class, is already on the right side, so no need to transpose negative 7. No need to transfer negative 7. Now, since this negative 2x, class, is on the right side, we need to transpose negative 2x from right to left, so that we can have this equation. Once again, class, then the slope-intercept form, class, y is on the left side. Once again, y is on the left side. And then we need to transpose negative 2x from right to left, because in standard form, x and y is on the left side. Once again, class, in standard form, x and y is on the left side. This is the equal sign, the center part. X and y is on the left side, so therefore, y is on the left side already. We need to transpose x from right to left. Now, once you transfer from this equal sign, you change the sign. Once again, class, once you transfer from this equal sign, you change the sign. This is negative 2x. It will become positive 2x. Simply copy y. Once again, class, no need to change the sign of y, because y is already on the left side. In standard form, x and y is already on the left side. So this y, simply copy y, positive y. Copy equal sign, no need to transpose negative 7, because negative 7 is already on the right side. The constant, class, on standard form is already on the right side. So copy negative 7. So we just simply transpose negative 2x from right to left. And it will change the sign. This is negative, it will become positive 2x. And this will be the standard form, class. So that would be the answer, that would be 2x. We transpose 2x from right to left. So copy y, positive y, equals negative 7. Okay, once again, do not transpose negative 7 from right to left, because in standard form, the constant is already on the right side. Negative 7 is already on the right side. So simply copy negative 7. Copy the sign, class. Alright, and then for general form, so if you have your standard form, simply transpose negative 7 from right to left. Check this one out, class. We have 5x minus 2y equals 10. To get the general form, we simply transpose 10 from right to left. This is positive, it will become negative. Okay, simply copy 5x, copy negative 2y, transpose 10 from right to left. This is positive. It will become negative. So we already have standard form. We convert this one into general form. Once again, class, the general form, that would be ax plus by plus c equals 0. So therefore, all of the equations, class, will be on the left side of this equal sign. So we simply transpose negative 7 from right to left. So this will be copy 2x, copy y. We transpose negative 7 from right to left. This is negative. It will become positive 7. Do not forget, in general form, that would be equal to 0. That's it, class. All set. That's the answer, class, with regards to our first row. Alright, I hope it's clear for you, class, with regards to number 6, number 7, and then number 8. Alright, so let's proceed now to number 9. So our given for the standard form, we have 5x minus 2y equals 10. And then we're told to find the slope-intercept form. So once again, the slope-intercept form, that would be y equals mx plus b. And then our given standard form, that would be 5x minus 2y equals 10. So once again, class, in the slope-intercept form, y is on the left side of this equal sign. Once again, class, the equal sign, this is left, this is right. On the left side, class, of this equal sign, that's only y. On the right side, that would be mx plus b. Now, since we need to follow this format, on the left side, that's only y. Now, since we have 5x minus 2y, therefore, class, we need to transpose 5x from left to right. Question, why is that, sir? Because in the slope-intercept form, the left side, class, that's only y. Now, since we have 5x, we need to transpose this 5x from left to right. Once again, class, this is the equal sign. This is left. This is right. Now, on the left side, class, that's only y. So, therefore, we need to transpose this 5x from left to right. We need to follow this format, class. So, copy negative 2y. Once again, class, do not change the sign of negative 2y. Why is that, sir? Because negative 2y is already on the left side. So, no need to change the sign, class. So, copy negative 2y. Copy equal sign. We transpose 5x from left to right. This is positive 5x. Once you transfer from this equal sign, you change the sign. It will become negative 5x. And then copy positive 10. Once again, class, do not change the sign of positive 10 because 10 is already on the right side. Once again, 10 is already on the right side. We only change the sign, class, of 5x because we transpose 5x from left to right. Alright, and then to follow this format, since we only have y, we need to divide both sides by negative 2. Once again, class, we need to divide both sides by negative 2. Okay, so let me just copy that one. We don't have enough space, class. This is negative 2y equals negative 5x plus 10. Okay, we need to divide both sides by negative 2 because the equation, once again, for the slope-intercept, that's only y equals mx plus b. The number, class, before y, it's only 1. The numerical coefficient of y, that's only 1. Now, since this is negative 2, we need to divide both sides by negative 2. Divide by negative 2. Cancel this out. So, this will be y equals, so negative divided by negative. Once again, class, we can write this one individually. We can write this one negative 5x over negative 2 plus, okay, copy 10 over negative 2. Once again, class, we can write this. This is just the same, class. Once again, class, this is just the same, class, because rules in fraction, if you still remember, class, rules in fractions, if they have the same denominator, simply copy the denominator. So, copy the denominator, and then simply add the numerators, negative 5x plus 10. Once again, class, this is just the same, class. Okay, this is just the same, class. Rules and fractions, if they have the same denominator, simply copy the denominator and then add the numerator. So, we can separate this one, class, individually because we can divide 10 and 2. But we cannot divide this one, class, 5. We cannot divide it 1 by 2. We will get a decimal answer. Alright, so this will be copy y equals negative divided by negative. Once again, class, we can divide the signs, but we cannot divide the number because you will get a decimal answer. But we can divide the signs. Negative divided by negative. What's the answer, class? Negative divided by negative. What's the answer, class? That's correct. That would be positive. So this will be positive 5 over 2. Copy x. And then positive 10 divided by negative 2. That would be negative 5. And this will be our final answer, class. That's the answer with this one, class. I hope it's clear for you, class. Once again, class, we can separate this one. Negative 5x over negative 2. Copy. Positive 10 over negative 2. This is just the same, class. Okay, once again, this is just the same. Rules in fractions, if they have the same denominator, simply copy the denominator and then add the numerators. So therefore, this is just the same, class. Okay, this is just the same, class. And then we can divide the signs. Negative divided by negative is positive. So that's why we have positive 5 over 2. Copy x. And then 10, positive 10 divided by negative 2, that would be negative 5. So therefore, this will be our answer, y. Okay, so y equals 5 over 2x minus 5. Alright, and then for the value of m, so the value of m beside x, that would be 5 over 2. And then for the y-intercept, the value of b, that would be negative 5. That's it, class. All set. Quite complicated, right? For this example, number 9, number 10, and then number 11. Alright, so let me try number 14, class. And then you try number 12 and then 13. So you try this one, class, and then we will be answering number 14. Alright, so the slope is negative 5. And then the y-intercept is 4. So we can write this one y. Very easy for this one, y equals, so we have negative 5x. So you put x, copy the slope, negative 5, you put x, and then positive 4. That's it, class. Easy as that, class, with regards to number 14. So you try this one, class, number 12, and then number 13, you find the standard form, and then you find the general form. And then you put your answer, class, on the comment section down below. Let me check, class, if you really understand our topic. So once again, class, I hope you learned something new today. If you like this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again, this is Teacher MJ. Have a great day, class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.